Creatures of the night, it's your girl Tati. Let's talk Rampage. We're gonna keep this short. We started off with the best match of the night. Well, at least for me, we had Private Party versus Top Flight, and we had Action Andretti, who was ringside. Like, you know what, y'all bitches cheated last time. I'm here to be basically the special guest enforcer to make sure that doesn't happen again this time. They have an amazing match with each other. Something that I'm like, this is what we've been needing to see in a tag division. Now, I know they've had a match with each other previously, but this one right here was much better. Matter of fact, you wouldn't even have known that Mark Quinn had been gone for over a year with a leg injury. And here he is. And I feel like, Private Party looks better than ever. The chemistry in this match with all four of these guys were absolutely on point. I feel like I'm watching them and I'm like, okay, you can tell they faced each other before, but not just that. You feel like these guys must have just put some time aside and, really gone over what they was going to do in this match and even got in the ring and practice with each other. And that's something I don't normally feel when I'm watching AEW. I always feel like, all right, y'all put this last second or whatever. Some people have the chemistry with each other and some people don't. But this right here, you can really see that both of these teams are hungry as hell. They definitely want to move up the ladder when it comes to the tag division, and they want some titles. Man, these guys are just absolutely amazing. This is why I've been saying that Sting and Darby, they don't need these titles. Very last second into Sting's, retirement plan. And also, once they do that, Sting cannot win the title and just retain the title during his retirement match. He's gonna have to give it up if he did win it, and then that would also mean that the Young Bucks were to be the ones to get the titles. And it's like, well, what are we building these young men for who are doing absolutely amazing work in the ring, like Top Flight and Private Party? Well, we're just gonna give it back to the same people who seems to be hogging these titles. The Young Bucks don't need it, Ricky, Big Bill, we haven't seen too much of them, and they could be feuding with another young team like Private Party and Top Flight. I just don't understand. I'm just hoping that the titles don't change hands next week, but it is what it is. Really great match here. Obviously, Action Andretti is there to make sure there's no cheating going on, and that's exactly what happened. Nothing happens. He's doing his job ringside. These guys are absolutely amazing, and I really enjoyed this match, and I felt like this is one of the more entertaining matches I've seen this week in terms of wrestling. These guys fucking get it, and Tony Khan should be prioritizing putting titles on these guys, giving them more TV time, giving them some promo time. So the fans were really into Private Party. They just have that personality that you want in a wrestler or in a team itself, and I was just blown away by these guys. Top Flight takes the win. Now, we do have both these teams with one win each. If they have a rubber match, I'm cool with it. As long as they make it different from what we've seen before, I feel like they could pull that off. I'm cool with it. Man, Tony Khan, please, these young guys, they're hungry. They want gold. They want TV time. Give it to them. They are worth every penny. Up next, we have Sammy Guevara, who is cutting a promo. He has been medically cleared to get back in the ring after that street fight. He's upset that Powerhouse Hobbs had, put him on the shelf for 2 weeks. He says he's a father now, and his family is depending on him, not just to go to fucking work, but to get titles too. And if he can't get titles, he can't make more money. And I'm just like, okay, I hear ya, but let me just say this. Sammy Guevara, he's trying to be relatable with the whole baby thing. It's not happening with me. Maybe someone else is feeling it. However, he could be saying the right things. You're just not feeling him and what he's saying. There is just no conviction behind anything he's saying. It's just I wrote this down. Let me go say this in front of the camera. And just don't feel it at all. And promos are supposed to make you feel something. And he needs work, a lot of work. Now, Powerhouse Hobbs and Uncle Don, they respond, they ain't worried about Sammy Guevara. I'm not worried about Sammy Guevara either. Now, Powerhouse Hobbs, says, bitch, you think I don't got kids either? He wants some titles too, and he said he's not about to be playing no cat and mouse game with Sammy Guevara. That, you know, he better hope that he doesn't get his hands onto Sammy Guevara first, because Sammy was saying that, oh, you know, Powerhouse Hobbs, you never gonna know when or how or where I'm gonna get my hands on you. Ain't nobody worried about you, Sammy Guevara. Now, after this, we do have, I don't remember if the tag titles on the line, they probably were. Dark Order versus Ricky Starks and Big Bill. And then we had Darby Allin on commentary. They're in New Orleans, so this is Ricky's hometown, and everybody is cheering the fuck out of Ricky. They love him over there, obviously. Why wouldn't they? And it just felt really, really great. The match, I didn't care for. No one's going to believe that Dark Order even has a fucking chance in hell to get their hands on the tag titles. It's almost as if they remembered the Dark Order was on the fucking roster and just said, hey, you guys go against Big Bill and Ricky Starks. Now, in my opinion, I feel like, I think they said that they only have 5 matches together. Big Bill and Ricky, and that's not enough because they've been champions for almost 100 days. I think that's wild. You know, we should have seen a lot more from them. We should have a lot more promo-wise from them as well. I do like them together. I really do. It's just that we have not seen enough. And if they are going in the route that I think they're going to next Dynamite, where they lose the titles, I think that is really unfortunate. We could have gotten a lot more from this team. So they do have chemistry with each other, and I think they could have had more chemistry by now after 100 days of them being champion. Now, Darby Allin, I love him. I really do. He's not great at talking. He really isn't. Like, he's that baby face everyone loves or whatnot. But on commentary, she was boring me. The match wasn't living up to what I was hoping for. And then he's over here on commentary talking about, I don't believe Big Bill. He's not a killer. He wouldn't do anything. Does this man look like a killer to you? And I'm just like, yes, he does. He looked like he would kill you. He looked like he would snap you in half if he got his hands on you. I was bored, absolutely bored. But obviously the tag champions do retain the titles if they were even online, whatever the situation was. It just wasn't what it should have been. They could have gave them better opponents, in my opinion. Up next, we had the ladies in action. Unfortunately, Willow Nightingale versus Queen Aminata. I was just like, no, these two girls, I love them both. Don't put them in a ring with each other right now. Unfortunately, what's going on, I mentioned this before, is the girls that are losing on AEW TV are the ones who are looking like $1 million on Ring of Honor, and Queen Aminata is one of those girls, and I'm just like, oh my god, like, I hate how inconsistent that is. Tony Khan, you assume that the people who are watching AEW don't watch Ring of Honor, and it just doesn't look good to me how inconsistent some of these girls are in terms of the booking. They do have a great match. I do feel like it could have been better, but the predictability here is what killed me. It was that, okay, Queen Aminata is definitely going to take the loss. Why couldn't they have sacrificed another girl for Willow to go against? I have no clue. Stoltly Hathaway was there with Chris Statlander. Chris had him walk around with a sign that said he support his girls, which are obviously Willow and Chris. Stoltly seems absolutely annoyed to be out there. Chris Statlander would not stand not even 2 feet next to Stoltly Hathaway. And girl, I get it. I totally get it. He's annoying as fuck. Like I said, the match was great. I really do feel like you got a chance to see great things from both of these girls. And Queen Aminata gives Willow Nightingale a beautiful German. And I was just like, oh my god, look at how she's perfect. And they just keep feeding her. They just keep feeding her to people, and I'm just not feeling that. It was great for what it was, but Willow Nightingale takes the win, and I'm just not feeling it. Now, they did have some backstage segment with Saraya, Harley Cameron, and Ruby Soho. That shit that made no sense to me. All of a sudden, they're just setting up some type of tag team match between Saraya and Ruby, I'm sure, versus Willow Nightingale and what's her friend, Chris Statlander. It just felt really random how they did that. And when they walked off, Saraya's like, what? I have to wrestle? Is that in my contract? Girl, you know that's in your contract. You're not injured anymore. You're just not doing that great in the ring anymore. Now, let's talk about this main event. We had the 4 men from CMLL come. Volador Jr., Hechicero, Mystico, and Mascara Dorada versus, of all people, Christopher Daniels, Matt Sydal, Angelo Parker, Matt Menard. This is the randomest team of all time going in the ring. I actually did prefer seeing Matt Sydal and Christopher Daniels. They work really well with High Flyers. They had one of my favorite matches in Ring of Honor, like in recent times, with El Hijo de Vikingo and Commander. That thing was flawless. I loved it. That was on Ring of Honor. So they fit well in this match. Matt Menard, Angelo Parker did not. And that's why I can't say this was the best match of the night. I really feel like they lost their footing so much in this match, where it was just like, oh, the chemistry is just not there with those two. And it's not like they're horrible or whatever, but I always say it's like some people just don't work well with certain types of styles, and I feel like this was the case tonight. And it was really hard to enjoy because I'm just like, oh my God, you guys are moving like y'all have 2 left feet, and I'm not feeling it. Matt Sydal always worked well with High Flyers and luchadors or whatnot. So that was an issue for me. And I'm telling you, these guys from CMLL, I would love to see them come more often and face other people. They seem to have their shit together. I was not looking at them like, okay, you guys are taking a long time to set up moves and all that stuff. They seem to move really flawlessly. Hechicero, who's the youngest out of everybody, I think they say he was like 22 or something. He looks like he's been doing this for a long time. And in my opinion, I felt like he stood out the most out of everyone. He was just really like ready to show the world what he can do on a bigger scale in terms of TV or whatnot. And I do feel like he was the most impressive. I've seen all the other 3, but he's the only one that I've never seen in a matchup before. He's going to be going against Bryan Danielson on Collision on a one-on-one match. So I can't wait to see how that rolls, because, you know, Bryan is my boy, and I can't wait to see what the chemistry is going to look like between the two of them. It's going to be awesome. But like I said, Matt Menard, Angelo Parker, I ain't got no beef with y'all. Y'all just did not do it for me in this match. And because of that, this was not the match of the night. But it could have been, had it not been that. Obviously, the guys from CMLL takes the win. And it was enjoyable, but skippable at the same time. I think we're going to see better from them. They're going to also, the other 3 members from CMLL are going to be going against not House of Black. What's her name? Blackpool Combat Club. So that's going to be good. I ain't worried about a match like that. I think we're going to definitely enjoy that on Collision tomorrow night. But like I said, opening match was the best match. The chemistry was absolutely on point, and these guys, they're hungry for gold. Tony Khan needs to prioritize these young tag teams. The tag team division, obviously as a whole, but these guys right here, the crowd love them, and they do very well together, and I'm pretty sure they can help elevate the almost non-existent tag division AEW has. But guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I will be back tomorrow with a live stream watching AEW Collision. So come on and pull up and see what we got going on over there. See you tomorrow. Bye.